Hello my friends, it's Kat here. This video is probably going to feel extremely random because you might notice that I do not actually have a reaction to the original Alien here on my channel, and today we are going to be watching the sequel, Aliens. And from the title I can only deduce that there are now plural of them. There might be multiple, not just one, wreaking havoc on everybody, which was the biggest shock to the system when I first watched Alien. Anyway, this is full circle. I know this seems random, because yes, I have watched the original film, although it was honestly probably over a year and a half ago at this point. I don't know why it has taken me this long to follow up, but I think Alien Romulus and all of the buzz and just absolute praise and chatter that I've seen online surrounding that release is maybe what's motivating me here to finally continue on and catch up, because I think I have a lot of catching up to do. I did not realize how many films there are in this franchise, so if I ever want to get around to Romulus to see what the hype is about, I need to start catching up and make my progress not yearly at this rate. So I have seen the original, which I did watch in a members only watch party on the channel, and I just didn't think to get my reaction to it, so I'm excited today to actually capture my reaction to the sequel, which shockingly enough I was surprised to see. I think Alien has they're equally rated on what I saw on Google reviews. I think Alien has like 93% on Rotten Tomatoes and Aliens has 94%, so that's only a really good sign. I'm actually really happy to see that. That's always a hype sign when going into a sequel, to know that it doesn't tank after that, but I'm trying to remember the fear factor from the first one. Maybe that's why I was hesitant, or I just didn't even think to capture my reaction when I did watch it with my members. I've never filmed like horror content reactions here, which I think maybe I should start delving into a little bit more, because they're probably actually the most hilarious types of reactions to watch. All I remember is everyone died, and Ellen Ripley is just the queen of final girls, so I hope she doesn't have to go through all that shiz again, but I do know that she makes a comeback. I know to expect her again, but that's fine. She was a freaking boss. She was a queen of survival, so I'll freaking take it. But yes, I just wanted to disclaim that before anybody comes for me and says, you didn't watch the first one. I did. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna check this out and hopefully chip away at the iceberg of progress that I still have if I ever want to watch Alien Romulus and be able to chime in with that discussion. But that's been really exciting to see the super incredible response and high praise for that movie this summer. So this is really the catalyst that kicked me into high gear, because this obviously, I mean, it does have to do with like space and sci-fi, but it's not exactly in line with my channel necessarily. But hopefully it'll be fun, something different. If you're a fan of these movies, let me know if you want me to continue with the rest of the franchise, which again, I did not realize how big it is. I have a lot to do, so let me know if you would like to see beyond this one. But until then, let's get in. I have no predictions other than mass casualties, I guess. I don't know. I had no idea what to expect going into the first one either, and ended up enjoying it quite a lot, so I just wasn't prepared in any way, shape, or form for everyone to die. I think that was what was so interesting about this movie. I obviously knew that Ellen Ripley was gonna be the final girl, the final boss queen, but other characters like the captain, when other people that I thought were gonna pull through, people that I thought were gonna survive, died instantly. So now I know to brace for that this time around and not make favorites, because I think everybody's on the chopping block when it comes to this. So without further ado, let's get in and see what's in store. I'm excited. Oh, this is James Cameron. Oh gosh. I feel like I should have known that. Yes, queen. Holy smokes, that just got really loud. There's gonna be multiple of them. There's plural this time. Well, frick yeah, there's a whole freaking army. They had to bring in the militia. So wait, I probably should have refreshed my memory, but I was kind of too scared to rewatch the ending of the first one. It was like the final few minutes of that one are absolutely wild. So wait, she has just been in cyber sleep? She's been in like hyperspace sleep this whole time? Oh yeah, there she is. She deserved a good long nap after the chaos that she survived. She'll probably be elated to see other human beings though, my gosh. This feels like when Qui-Gon Jinn broke down the door in Phantom Menace. I love how, like, all the visual effects, and it looks like practical too, whatever they're doing, like, has held up. She looks like a statue. Has it been like 50 years?
Looks like she's alive.
The cat! Has the cat been sleeping too? What a transition. Wow. How long? I think I read in the description that it's been like 50 years.
Where am I? You're safe. Looks like you've got a visitor. Hey, come here. Where have you been?
Guess you two have met, huh? Carter Burke. I work for the company. I'm glad to see you feeling a little better. Such an unusually long hypersleep.
How long was I out there?
Has no one discussed this with you yet?
No.
This might be a shock to you. It's long.
How long?
57 years.
What?
Got the best sleep of her life. She looks amazing.
You had drifted right through the core systems. I think you're damn lucky to be alive, kiddo.
Ooh. The flashbacks. Somebody sedate her. Oh god. Kill her? Is that what you just asked for? Oh no. No. She's dreaming. This gotta be a dream. Ugh. Oh, thank god. Ooh.
You want something to help you sleep?
Y'all got melatonin? I wish it was over. There wouldn't be a sequel if it was over.
I don't understand.
And they
this.
all died.
We sat down there on company orders to get this thing.
The analysis team found no physical evidence of the creature you described.
Good, 'cause I blew it out of the goddamn airlock.
Are there any species like this hostile organism on LV-426?
No. Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away? I already said that we homed in on its beacon.
And found something never recorded once. A creature that gestates inside a living human host. These are your words.
But I'm telling you that those things exist.
Thank you, Officer Ripley. That will be all.
Please, you're not listening to me.
Thank you. That will be all.
God damn it, that's not all. This bullshit that you think is so important, you can just kiss all that goodbye.
Y'all are gonna wish you listened to her. No wonder she's the final girl. She's the only one with senses. Oh god. Oh, that was a mistake. Y'all are gonna regret that.
Why don't you just check out LV-426?
There have been people there for over 20 years, and they never complained about any hostile organism.
People have been inhabiting that planet.
Terraformers.
How many are there? How many colonists?
Maybe 70 families.
Huh?
Do you mind?
And they're all gonna die.
Hi, Ripley. This is Lieutenant Gorman of the Colonial Marine Corps. We've lost contact with the colony on LV-426.
Oh, I wonder why. She's like, yeah, no shiz,
I
Sherlock.
don't believe this. You guys throw me at the wolves, and now you want me to go back out there?
Can I finish?
No. There's no way.
I can guarantee your safety.
Nope. Have you seen those things, sir?
I would like you there as an advisor.
Look, I don't have time for this. I've got to get going. I've got to go to work.
I heard you're working the cargo docks. I know it's the only thing that you could get. There's nothing wrong with it.
This jerk.
What would you say if I told you I could get you reinstated as a flight officer?
Frick you.
If I go.
Yeah, if you go. Come on, that's a second chance, kid.
You're giving her
And
a...
I think personally for you, it would be
Ultimatum?
to get out there and face this thing.
I said no, and I mean it.
The audacity of this man.
I am not going back. I would not be any good to you if I did.
Okay.
He just told her to shush. This guy's a walking red flag. No. This man. I think you need to go, sir, and now I'm rooting for you to be the first one to get eaten. Maybe he'll turn around and prove himself, but right now, this guy stinks. Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Just tell me one thing, Burke. You're going out there to destroy them, right? Not to bring back. but to wipe them out.
That's the plan. Yeah, well.
No, I don't trust him. Nope, nope, nope. Do not trust this man. Nope. I think he just lied through his teeth. Frick. Round 2. This time with plural. Well, time to meet all these other people who are definitely gonna die. First things first, I need a cigar.
All right, sweethearts, what are you waiting for? Breakfast in bed? Another glorious day in the Corps. Day in the Marine Corps is like a day on the farm. Let's go. I hate this job.
Y'all are gonna hate it more when you see what you have to friggin' deal with. Alright, we know she's the one to stick to. The girl who just got up from cryo-sleep and is doing pull-ups. I need her on my side.
Who's Snow White? Apparently, she saw an alien once.
Whoopie fucking do. Let's see out. It's a rescue mission. You'll love it. Favorite duty.
Dumbass colonists.
She's like, how the frick did I end up here? Oh god. None of these fools were even born, were even alive when she was out there fighting for her life in the first one.
You never said anything about an android being on board. Why not?
It's just common practice. We always have a synthetic on board.
I prefer to tell an official person myself. Is there a problem?
Yeah.
Ripley's last trip out, the artificial person malfunctioned, and a few deaths.
More like tried to kill a few deaths, yeah.
It is impossible for me to harm or by mission of action allow to be harmed a human being.
Okay, we'll see about that.
Just stay away from me, Bishop. You got that straight?
Well, at least they look well equipped. They're rocking with way more than she had, so.
Morning, Marines.
Is this gonna be a stand-up fight, sir, or another bug hunt?
A xenomorph may be involved.
Excuse me, sir. What?
What exactly are we dealing with here?
We sat down on LV-426. One of our crew members was brought back on board with something attached to his face. Later, it seemed to come off by itself and die. It must have laid something inside his throat, some sort of embryo. He started,
I only need to know one thing. Where they are.
No, that's kick ass.
Are you finished?
She's like, you're all gonna die.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, okay, right. Thank you, Ripley. We
She
also
didn't tell
have
them the
Ripley's
worst
report
part.
on disc. I suggest
He
you
ripped
study
out of his
it.
Just
stomach.
one of those things managed to wipe out my entire crew in less than 24 hours. Then there's no telling how many of them have been exposed. Do you understand?
I want this thing to go smooth and by the numbers.
It won't. Alright, they're all kind of just, handling this a little laissez-faire. Now I'm not, I'm like, alright, I'm ready for this alien to put them in their place.
I feel like kind of a fifth wheel around here. Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. Is there anything you can do?
Well, I can drive that loader.
Be my guest.
Where you want it?
Bay 12, please.
Oh, saddle up, people. Thank God. Look at those guns. We're gonna need them.
Are we gonna conquer, or are we gonna take some? Is that understood? Sir. All right, people. On the
Y'all are gonna get some, alright.
Are you ready? Yeah! Get hot! 1, 2, 3, get on, get on, get on! Move it on. Let's pack them in! Get on there! All right, move it!
Alright, we're definitely rocking with way more horsepower.
Get it on, know it.
The way these people are underestimating it, I feel like Ripley's still gonna be the final girl.
Ready to get it on. Go!
You're not. They're...
Mark.
Alright, I'm willing to wage that maybe at least one of these other folks might survive. Ugh, this is making me motion sick. This is shaky cam to the max. That guy can just sleep through it.
All right, gear up. 2 minutes, people. Get hot.
Well, at least they'll all get it on video this time, so nobody will be doubting Ripley from here on out.
Storm shutters are sealed. There's no visible activity.
Oh god.
The structure seems intact.
For
Still
now.
have power.
10 seconds, people. Look sharp. Move it up.
God, this looks like such a dismal place to live. Alright, now it's feeling real. Now I'm getting scared. Pleasantries and exposition aside, here we go. We are back in it. Nothing's even happened yet and I'm already on edge. They've opened a singular door. And I'm terrified. Oh god. Not a great sign. Right out of the gate. It's too quiet. I already don't like this.
Alright, Hicks, Hudson, use your motion trackers. Order and search by twos.
I'm glad they gave the biggest gun to the girl who could immediately do like 50 pull-ups immediately after cryo-sleep. I feel safe with her at the front lines of this. There's nobody there. I haven't felt like this since I played Outlast, y'all. I'm just waiting. When's it gonna happen? Half-eaten donut is never a good sign.
You seeing this all right?
Don't instigate.
Alright, the area is secured.
It is not!
Area is secured, Ripley.
You can tell it's this guy's, like, second day on the job.
Any bodies?
No, sir. Last stand.
They should never have done this to her.
Operations.
No. Don't. No. They're really building this up. They're all gonna doubt her. It's taken a while. They haven't struck yet. Huh? Were they researching them? Oh, God. He's like, is that, You fools! Oh my god! Don't touch it! Don't tap that glass. Ew! Yuck!
Looks like love at first sight to me.
Yo, Hicks. I think we got something here.
Talk to me, Frosty. It's coming straight for us. Straight up.
It's probably like the lone survivor. Ripley, they're making her check it out. Oh God, she looks like she's been through it.
It's okay. Come on out. Come on.
I got her. Ow! Damn! Watch her. Don't let her go! Get her!
Oh my god, I would be claustrophobic as frick. Well, that's quite the hideout. No wonder you're the only survivor, kid.
Wait! No, you don't. It's okay. It's alright. You're gonna be okay.
Oh my god. Oh my, that was her before? Oh my, what the frick happened? She's been, like, struck mute. Oh god, this is not...
Borderline malnutrition, but I don't think there's any permanent damage.
Come on, we're wasting our time.
Permanent damage? Wait till y'all see. Wait till y'all see. Oh god.
Hard to believe there's a little girl under all this. But you're one brave kid, Rebecca.
My name's Newt.
I'm Ripley. It's nice to meet you. What about your brother? What's his name?
Timmy.
Oh god, Timmy's dead.
Any sisters? Where are they?
They're dead, alright? Can I go now?
Where are you gonna go?
We're soldiers.
It won't make any difference.
It looks like all of them. Sub-level 3, under the main cooling towers.
Let's saddle up, Palm.
Aye, sir.
Advance on axial 664.
Hudson, tracker online. Left and right, buddy.
Roger, that's a 216.
Why'd they bring this poor kid? Why'd they
not
bring
making
poor
that out too
Newt
well. What
to
is
come
it,
and watch
Hudson?
all this on camera again? Huh?
Easy.
Looks like some sort of secreted resin.
But secreted from what?
Don't touch nothing.
Smartest guy in the room.
Look where your team is. They're right under the primary heat exchangers.
This whole station is basically a big fusion reactor. So, she's talking about a thermonuclear explosion and adios muchachos.
So you're telling me we can't use any of our weaponry? All that firepower?
I want you to collect magazines from everybody.
She fucking crazy.
How are they gonna...
Man, harsh language.
This is,
All right,
well,
sweethearts, you heard the man.
so much for all that. One of them's not gonna hand it in.
I want it now.
Yep. Great, the two people with the biggest guns are about to sabotage us all. Oh. Mm-mm. No. Ew. Ow. Yuck. Oh, God. Oh. Oh.
Steady, people.
No, don't touch that. No. Don't. Ugh.
What?
Don't get over here with that live one! Just stay calm. We're gonna get you out of here. I'm gonna get her out of here.
No, she's got one in her belly.
Convulsion!
Oh. Oh. Yeah. They're awake. Great.
Multiple signals. They're closing.
Pull your team out, Gorman.
I got signals. I got readings in front and behind. They're all around us, man. Jesus.
Oh.
Frost.
Let's rock!
You fools, no.
Coming out of the goddamn wall. Look.
I want you to lay down a suppressing fire with the incinerators and fall back. Talk to me.
Hicks, whoever's left, get the
Just
hell
shut
out
up.
of here! God damn it!
Hudson. Fast, guys.
How'd this guy get this job? First day at work. So underprepared.
Do something!
Oh my god, this man stinks. Of course. Of course, she's snapping in. Funny how they haven't shown, I mean they've shown a little bit, but we've only seen their video footage of the carnage and their reactions.
Move it.
Ugh.
We are leaving.
We are leaving! Yuck! You. Oh! This was doomed from the start. Ah! Oh, great. So slimy. Y'all doubted her. Y'all laughed at her. You laughing now? Ah! Twitch. Ugh.
It's all right. We're clear.
You okay? What happened to Gorman?
Maybe a concussion.
Wake up, pendejo, man, I'm gonna kill you!
Back off.
Who's next in the chain of command?
Don't leave our people behind.
I ain't going back in.
You can't help them! Right now they're being cocooned just like the others.
Ugh.
I say we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit.
This installation has a substantial dollar value attached to it. This is clearly an important species we're dealing with, and I don't think that you or I or anybody has the right to arbitrarily exterminate them.
We just got our asses kicked, pal.
I cannot authorize that kind of action. I'm sorry.
They should have left the man from corporate at home.
This operation is under military jurisdiction, and Hicks is next in chain of command. Am I right, Corporal?
Yeah.
He's like, shoot.
Yeah.
Darn, I am in charge.
Yeah. Say we take off, nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Move it, Spunkmeyer, we're rolling.
Oh.
Just get up here.
Oh, no. We can't have nice things. We can't have anything.
Spunkmeyer.
Well, where the fuck?
Oh! Oh! Well, there goes our help. How the frick are they gonna get out now?
I guess we're not gonna be leaving now, right? We better get back, because it'll be dark soon, and they mostly come at night. Mostly.
Listen to Newt, y'all. She obviously survived. I think you should actually follow her. Put her in the chain of command.
How long after we're declared overdue can we expect a rescue?
17 days.
Oh!
17
No.
days.
This little girl survived longer than that with no weapons and no training. Hudson, just deal with it because we need you and I'm sick of your bullshit. Hudson, just relax.
Oh, this is why she rocks. She at least has the advantage, though. She's, you know, this is everyone's first time processing this. She knows what they're dealing with, so I'll give them that. They're in shock. This ain't her first rodeo.
Here, I want you to put this on. Then I can find you anywhere in the complex on this.
Last stop. Now, you lie here and have a nap. You're very tired.
I have scary dreams.
Well, I bet Casey doesn't have scary dreams. Let's take a look.
Wait, I just realized it's just the doll's head.
My mommy always said there were no monsters, but there are.
Yes, there are, aren't there? Take this. For luck. I'm not gonna leave you, Newt. I mean that. That's a promise.
It's gonna be the two of them at the end of this.
Promise?
Prediction now.
Bishop, I want these specimens destroyed as soon as you're finished with them. Is that clear?
Mr. Burke gave instructions that they would be kept alive in stasis for return to the company labs.
Of
He was very
course.
specific about it.
We can both come out of this heroes, and we will be set up for life.
If you're smart.
Do you really think you can get a dangerous organism like that past ICC quarantine? You sent them to that ship.
You're wrong.
I just checked the colony log. Directive dated 6/12/79, signed Burke, Carter J.
Oh, so he
What if that
really
ship didn't even
stinks.
exist? Did you ever think about that? I didn't know. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
A bad call.
These people are dead, Burke! Don't you have any idea what you've done here?
I thought you'd be smarter than this.
This manipulative
Happy to disappoint
piece
you.
of garbage. Well, she shouldn't have threatened him like that. Now I'm watching him because he's gonna like sabotage her to make sure
It's
she
very
doesn't
pretty,
make it
Bishop.
back.
What are we looking for? Oh, we've got to get the other dropship from the Sulaco. We better think of a way.
Think of what? We're fucked. Shut up. We're doomed. Shut up.
We can't align the dish.
Well, somebody's gonna have to go out there.
I'll go. I mean, I'm the only one qualified to remote pilot the ship anyway. Believe me, I'd prefer not to. I may be synthetic, but I'm not stupid.
Justice for the droids. Has anyone checked on Newt lately?
Hicks, I'm not gonna end up like those others. You'll take care of it, won't you?
If it comes to that, I'll do us both. Listen, just make sure it doesn't come to that. This is an M41A pulse rifle, 10 millimeter. Here.
All right.
Lean into it.
What's this?
That's a grenade launcher. I don't think you want to mess with that.
Who started this?
She's not gonna be there, is she? Is she hiding under the bed? Oh. No, 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 no. Mother fricker. God, no. Just when things were kind of looking up. Ah! Yeah! It's like a flying squirrel. Well, why can't? Of course they can't get the door open. Why? Who locked them in? This, I told y'all, this corporate frick. You slimy. Oh god, it's like military grade, like bulletproof. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Frick, no. Oh, F. No wonder she survived. Now, how the heck? Yeah. Oh, do not let it grab your face.
Burke. It was Burke.
I say we grease this rat fuck son of a bitch right now.
Yes, please.
He figured that he could get an alien back through quarantine if one of us was impregnated. Whatever you call it.
He's slimy, but he's smart.
Trip home. The only way he could do it is if he sabotaged certain freezers on the way home, namely yours.
You dog me, pal.
This is so nuts. It's paranoid delusion. It's really sad.
This guy's good at pissing me off.
Burke, I don't know which species is worse. You don't see them fucking each other over for a goddamn percentage.
Yes.
All right.
They got the power.
What do you mean they got the power?
Gorman, watch Burke.
I got it.
Newt, stay close.
Humans are the worst threat. It's true, these parasites, they don't know any better. They don't know they're being evil. They're not trying to be. That's just their thing. Biologically, that is what they're trying to do. That's what a parasite does. Humans, on the other hand, are capable of much worse.
They're in here.
Hudson, stay cool. Vasquez?
Hudson may be right.
There's movement all over the place. Get back to operations.
Seal the door.
Hurry! Run!
They found a way in. Something we missed.
We didn't miss anything. 15 meters.
Ripley,
Definitely inside the barricades.
let's go.
She's like, frick that and run.
That's it. 12 12 meters.
Then they're right on us.
9 meters. Remember, short, controlled bursts. 7. 6. 5 meters, man. 4.
Uh.
Give me the light.
Oh, don't. Do not. Oh! Oh, well. Did they just... Oh, this jerk. Oh! Oh. Oh no. I'm sorry, did they become track stars? They are hurdling these! What the frick? This man is the absolute worst. Oh. Well, you got your specimen.
Let's go! Come on, let's go!
So much tunnel crawling in this one. It's making me so claustrophobic.
The ship is on its way! ETA! 16 minutes!
Oh god. Excuse me! Oh. Oh no. Oh frick. That little pistol's all we got left? Ah, no! Oh, yeah. Oh. This man really turned things around, though. He got brave. I'm sorry I ever judged you, sir. Oh, frick. Oh! Do not roll under that. Oh, frick. Oh, oh, frick. Oh. Oh, no. No, 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 no. They're gonna be underwater. No. Oh, God.
Where are you? Can you hear me? Newt? Newt, just stay still.
Holy! Oh, frick. Not the floating head.
No! They don't kill you! She's alive! She's alive! Alright!
Oh! No, 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 frick.
Get it off!
Dang.
Come on, you can make it!
I don't think he will. It's kind of gonna be hilarious if the android is the one that she's most fearful of, doesn't trust, and he comes through to be the only survivor with her. Dang, she is bringing everything.
She's alive. There's still time. Don't let him leave.
We ain't going anywhere.
All personnel must evacuate immediately.
I love how she, like, just learned to use a gun, like, 2 hours ago. She is ready! Oh god. Back with the flamethrower. Let's go! Last one in our reserves. Oh my god. What a champ. This is what makes her a champ, though. Like, you can tell she's freaking petrified, but she's doing it anyway. Oh. Ew. Nope. What's it gonna be? That thing that got little Newt is massive, so I'm bracing for... Oh, F, frick. Ah! No, 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 no. Frick that. What on... Huh? Yuck! Huh! This thing can parkour! So slimy. Yuck, yuck.
Grab onto me!
Oh! A little minefield of eggs. That's just great. What the frick? Oh. Oh. What? Excuse me, what? Nope. No. Why is this making me gag? Oh, Jesus, Ripley, you are a stronger woman than me. Oh, God. Oh, F. It's probably the right call. Smart. She's like, frick this. This is why I packed the flamethrower. Save some bullets. Oh, yeah. Ew, ew, oh! This ain't scary, this is just gross. Oh, well, that's one way to... Oh, F. Oh, freaking run, freaking go. No. It's gonna jump out. I'm gonna jump out. We only got 4 minutes to save the world. Oh, frick. Yeah! Oh, God. Don't tell me they left.
God damn you!
No, they didn't. They didn't. They're gonna make a jump for it. The ship's gonna show back up. They just got the engine started. What? That thing knows how to take the elevator? I told you. There we go. Thank God. Jump, please. Frickin' reach. Jump. Go! You're not going fast enough! It's gonna jump on. It's gonna parkour. We know that they're flying squirrels. It's gonna freaking... Go! Alright, I guess it's not gonna try to follow them. No, I'm speaking too soon. It's gonna... Okay. Maybe not. I still feel like it maybe snuck on somehow. It's like on the bottom of the ship. No? Am I panicked for nothing? That almost felt a little too easy. Maybe it is fine. I feel like it's on the back. It's hiding. Maybe I'm just paranoid after all that.
You did okay.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Ah! No, 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 no. Oh! I freaking knew it! No, not the android. Ah! There's so much slime. Is this the Kids' Choice Awards? There is too much slime. Where's all— we have no firepower left. How the frick? Oh, F. Oh, let's get it.
Get away from her, you bitch!
That might be the most epic line in anything ever. Crunch it! That sound! Holy frick! What you got up your sleeve? What you trying to— oh, smart. Ah! Oh frick, no! Freaking parkour, get out of there, go! Get the frick out! Its big tentacle claw is gonna do that! Oh, this guy's still alive! Is there any way he can be salvaged? Oh, thank you. Sheesh. Meanwhile, Hicks probably slept through the whole thing, just like he did in the beginning when they landed.
Not bad for a human.
Can he be put back together?
Are we gonna sleep all the way home?
All the way home.
Dang. God. I need to like recalibrate. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot. There was I was gonna say, I was like, that one wasn't really that scary. Nope. Eating my words. That I shouldn't have waited so long to watch this one after watching the first one. But what I remember from the first is obviously just the pure terror of not knowing what you were up against. Granted, they were only dealing with one, but it continuously was growing, right? And like altering shape. So I feel like the first one was just so much curiosity and fear and continuous shock because it kept altering its state. Am I right? Am I remembering that correctly? Like maybe I should have even rewatched the first one before going into this. Granted, that last few moments there, it was more like tension and just like saying a prayer, like your heart pounding, as opposed to like the fear. I think the first one is very much, you don't know what they're dealing with. They don't have anywhere near the amount of firepower that they were rocking in this one. So in spite of that, though, it was scarier in ways seeing like the aftermath. You know, obviously, what just one of these things is capable of. So to go into this one already knowing that and kind of bracing yourself for that, but instead you just see the carnage and the slimy, like, cocoon aftermath, like, that's almost more terrifying. The concept of them as like a predator, a parasite, and as Ripley says, you know, they don't kill you. They instead go to web you up and then like freaking impregnate you. Like, that's almost creepier. The concept in a way is scarier of seeing this aftermath and then her making the discovery. She has the knowledge, like she knows like their goal isn't to kill, their goal is to freaking breed. It's like scarier in a way. So when they discover the survivors, or the lone survivor rather, as they're going to try to do recon and look for the citizens of this colony, and they find that one woman who's still alive, but her first response is just frickin' please kill me. You know, same with, you know, Ripley and Hicks, as they're having a real moment. If push comes to shove, let's promise each other that we'll frickin' eliminate one another. You know, like to have to grapple with that, it makes it scarier. It's like you're wishing for death because what actually lies ahead is worse if they don't kill you on sight. So that premise alone, I think they explored more obviously in this one, like the aftermath, like what they do, how widely they're trying to like breed, obviously like their numbers, the freaking minefield of eggs. Okay, I was bracing for jump scares in this one, but I feel like there weren't that many, versus I think it was more reliant on the fear of like what they will do to you, like the fear of being impregnated by one of these things, having a specimen freaking burst out of your belly, and also the fear of, you know, humans self-sabotaging one another. The character of Burke, I always say this when I talk about like post-apocalyptic shows, like when we've talked about The Last of Us, for example. I know I'm a freaking broken record because I say this all the time, but it's like the monsters themselves aren't capable, as far as we know, of possessing the emotions and the humanity that people are willing to betray and go to lengths to sabotage one another in, you know, the effort of whatever monetary or scientific pursuits here, in this case, you know, for the purpose of furthering their research on what they're dealing with here. So it's like, you know, I'm less terrified of freaking these xenomorphs at some points than I am of like Burke, like an actual human who's capable of sabotaging, you know, willing to, not even just capable, willing to sabotage and risk other human lives, as we learn that he's freaking responsible for all of this. It's like humanity's their own undoing in so many ways, is the lesson I take from this. You know, the curiosity got the cat, and, you know, his whatever he did, orchestrating to essentially like sabotage this colony, whether he actually knew or not that would be the outcome, but he's obviously a very money-focused guy, so in the name of their program and whatnot, that's what's almost scarier to me, which I know I always bring that up in post-apocalyptic circumstances, or I make the comparison for The Last of Us. It's like the surviving humans, the ones that you're stuck with or trapped with, are scarier and potentially more threatening than the clickers themselves. That's what I'm curious about. I know I kept suggesting like that, you know, the xenomorphs, these aliens here, are just parasites. Their purpose, the sole purpose, is to keep thriving, keep breeding. So it's like, how inherently evil is that versus, you know, the true evil of what humans are capable of enacting on one another. So that, I think, was what I was more terrified about. Like, who can you trust? Who's gonna, at the end of the day, only fight for themselves, try to save themselves? Even though this one wasn't necessarily scary, I think I like that this also, obviously Ripley as a character, she comes out, the final girl, the sole survivor. Because the first one was designed to be so much horror and terror, I feel like we didn't get to learn too much about Ripley beyond the fact that she's obviously just like a boss final girl. She can freaking survive anything. So I do feel like we got to know more about her in this one, which I liked, and you really learn like why she is the sole survivor, because obviously like horror films have those tropes typically. I don't know so much anymore, but I think it maybe is an outdated formula, but you can kind of detect. Even in this one, I was guessing like who's going to be the first to die. I feel like that wasn't prevalent at all, though. In Alien, the first one, I was so shocked that everybody died, versus going into this one, you know, the cocky energy, the attitude that, you know, all these macho dudes are having, like going into this jokingly, acting like this is gonna be a grand old time, you know, it's just some other casual mission, like it's like, all right, when can we clock in and go home, when's lunch, like that's the kind of laissez-faire attitude they had about it, obviously, because nobody's freaking taking Ripley seriously. So in this one, of course, I think it was framed more like, okay, you can really see why she's got that dog in her. She's this whole survivor, but you know, I love that she's not just like the typical final girl. Like, I feel like sometimes in horror, the final girl, which I hate to even use that trope because again it pinpoints a certain type of heroine or damsel in distress who sometimes just lucks into her survival, but Ripley freaking earns it. Like, I feel like you learn more about why she is the freaking only one, because she obviously has the leg up of knowing what to freaking expect. She's been through the freaking ringer, and I think that's what's epic about her character. Like, she already lived through a horrific nightmare and can't freaking find peace or sleep at night and has to undergo all these psychological evaluations, and also woke up to the fact that, by the way, it's been like almost 60 years, so anyone you've ever loved or known is probably maybe gone by now. Like, the world is entirely different. That alone is something to mentally grapple with. To undergo all that, obviously, and then in spite of that, you know, she had every opportunity. I think this is what separates her. Like, as they pitch her this proposal to come along on this reconnaissance mission with them, she's not wrong at all. She's like, y'all freaking questioned my mental state and acted like I'm hallucinating and delusional and just a freaking manic woman who's panicking for no reason, and now you're asking for a favor? Like, she had more than every right to freaking throw that in their face and be like, frick no. The fact that she does so in spite of, she has every right to tell them to frick off, and she still, you know, that's what makes her a freaking boss. It's doing it for, you know, not glory or whatever, but because she knows it's the right thing in spite of being absolutely petrified. Like, I think that's why, you know, it's not just a typical, like, oh, she doesn't feel fear. You can tell she's freaking scared as frick and has more right than anyone on that mission to be utterly terrified, because she watched her entire crew get eviscerated and almost freaking died herself. I think that's what makes her a great character, and why I maybe like this one more, because you get to know more about her and see, though, all of that, like, yeah, she's a boss, but it's not because she doesn't feel fear. It's not because she just has this, like, endless supply of bravery. She's capable, as we see, of ultimate, you know, vulnerability. You see her that she's petrified. You can tell that she's freaking terrified, but it's about how she gets her head in the game. But she still has, you know, all these qualities, like, you know, she's maternal with Newt. She has compassion and empathy, and at the end of the day is doing this in spite of having every reason not to, because there's other human lives on the line. We got to see some more of, like, why she is the sole survivor, because again, when I watched Alien, I really thought more people were gonna live. I wasn't there thinking like, oh, look at all these Nimrods who are just asking for death, as opposed to this one. You know, there I was saying, I was like, I kind of want the Xenomorphs to teach these people a lesson. They're so freaking cocky to endure what she did and freaking almost die trying to, like, banish this thing out the airlock, like blow it to smithereens for good, only to reawaken and then learn humanity's curiosity has brought it back after you just freaking fought for your life to ensure that it would never wreak this much havoc again. You know, to wake up to learn that this planet is inhabited and whatnot. Darn. Yeah, I definitely went into this thinking it was gonna be scarier, but that's what's interesting. I think the ultimate lesson was, like, look around first. Like, humanity can be more terrifying and threatening than any actual, you know, monster and whatnot. That's what's funny, you know, when Ripley says to Newt, she's trying to get her to go try to get some shut-eye in spite of all the trauma. That was almost maybe the most terrifying part of this movie, when you first are introduced to Newt as a character, and you can only imagine the scale of, obviously, like, we know what Ripley went through in the first one and the absolute decimation and mass casualties that she witnessed, but this felt like it was multiplied tenfold, obviously, because it was an entire freaking colony, like an entire civilization here that just got freaking wiped out. 70 families, as they said. Absolutely wild. And also to be living in a climate like that, you know, in circumstances where it is just your family and only 70 others, like that's essentially just like a pretty big neighborhood. Like I imagine everyone knows everyone, like no one's a stranger to you. So it's one thing to obviously watch your whole crew get wiped out, and then, you know, for Newt to watch anyone you've ever grown up with, everyone you know, every human being you've ever lived with to get eviscerated as well. So it's almost like tenfold on that scope. So that was one of the most like harrowing parts of this movie. When they first go in, I was like freaking shaking. I was nervous as soon as they opened the door to break in there to try to salvage anybody or just do some recon. My heart was pounding and I got so nervous, but I realized then that it wasn't necessarily about the jump scares and the fear factor so much in that regard, but rather like the way they drove home how absolutely just utterly freaking terrifying and horrific it must have been for all these people to be wiped out, that there's just a lone 8-year-old remaining, and then to imagine what she has seen. I kind of love that trope in horror as well. Not that I wouldn't call this one a horror film so much, but just that trope in general of they leave some things to the imagination and you go in expecting that it's going to be a lot of jump scares, and you go in like your heart pounding, like I was bracing myself for it, waiting at any corner they turn, they're going to freaking jump out and latch onto their faces, but it didn't end up being that, and the terror there was more infused in what they, you know, withheld, what you don't see. Your brain can be more capable of conjuring scarier thoughts than if they were to show it to you. I've always, you know, said that about film and TV, so I like that it was focusing on, you go in thinking it's going to be jump scares, but you realize it's more about, holy frick, what frickin' happened, and that can be scarier, and then imagining that and projecting it onto the sole child and having to imagine what she went through. So that was what was terrifying about, maybe my favorite part of this movie, honestly, is when Newt is introduced. She seems so feral. You know, I questioned, I was like, what is life like on this colony? Like, what, you know, she seemed like a little caveman child. So when Ripley then follows her into her little lair where she's been hiding out, and she finds a picture of her, and it's just like a regular school photo, and she doesn't look like a little caveman Neanderthal child with all these knots in her hair, like, you know, and you realize, like, shoot, she's just an actual kid who's seen terrors to the point of being, you know, struck mute. We saw the carnage from one of these things, so then imagining a whole freaking plethora of what they could unleash on an entire civilization, that's scarier to try to conceive, you know, what trauma she endured. But yeah, that's what I loved about, you know, obviously the dynamic then between her and Ripley. Ripley now knows that she has somebody there as well who has seen the frickin' totality of it, will understand and be like, we need to get the frick out of here. So I know I was roasting a lot of the rest of the, you know, Marines that she went with, but in their defense, they had no idea what they were up against. How could anybody? So, I mean, how could they? They could have frickin' listened to her in the frickin' first place, but that's besides the point. It was too late for that. So, I do like how they portrayed different elements of fear, like different kinds of terror and fear that everybody expressed and exhibited in this one. Obviously, Ripley has more right than anyone to be terrified to be there, but she lets herself feel it, but then gets her shiz together and is like, all right, what the frick are we gonna do about it? Versus, I love the tropes of, you know, seeing the macho, this overly confident, you know, portrayal in the character of Hudson to the point that it's just obnoxious and he's just joking about it the entire time, but then you learn that confidence is really just a mask for that, I don't want to say insecurity maybe, but it's a mask for something deeper that, you know, falls under the umbrella of that ultimate fear. It's kind of like, really, you start to question, has anybody in this group, like, these are our front lines, but like, what's the worst that they've seen? So I think that's what I liked about this one as well. Definitely just character studies, and then of course the arcs that people go through. You know, there I was roasting Gorman to the core for how frickin' frightened he was, and the fact that Ripley had to slap him across the face to be like, frickin' get your men out of there. And then at the end, you know, he comes around to make the ultimate sacrifice so that, you know, Vasquez doesn't have to die alone. I did feel bad for roasting. But yeah, that was an interesting study in this one, the different levels of fear and the different stages of just absolute shock and terror that people go through and how they handle it differently. You got to know more about the characters in this one versus, I feel like in Alien, people just died off fast, and I wasn't expecting it. You know, I said it in the beginning and then I didn't touch on it again, but just how the effects hold up. Maybe that's why I didn't comment on it, because you don't watch this and feel like, oh, this looks so outdated, this looks so old, imagine if they were to make it today, which, don't get me wrong, I'm excited to see, you know, how Romulus compares to this, to see a modern day version with the technology of today. Maybe that's why I wasn't even freaking thinking about it with this one, because it just goes over my head. I don't even notice or feel like, oh, this was totally made in the 80s. Like, it slipped my mind. The effects, the practicality, the xenomorphs, you know, it's not CGI, real, tangible, visceral freaking slime. Like, the slime department in this movie was working overtime. But, you know, like, animatronics, whatever they used, I would be really curious to go and watch the making of. It's more terrifying, and I don't care if it doesn't even look outdated. But even if it did, like, something about the physical, tangible, real, it's right there, and you know it's not just a bunch of pixels computer generated. Don't get me wrong, that is not me trying to knock CGI in any way, shape, or form. I never ever put the blame on CGI artists. There's something about the practical that we're kind of thirsting for now, you know, in modern cinema. So I'm curious to go and see. From what I've seen, I feel like they still stuck to practical effects, you know, and actual freaking, you know, monsters and xenomorphs for Romulus. But I would be really curious, though. I mean, maybe there's no scenario in which future movies, if they do try to further do research on these things or try to, I don't know, weaponize them in some sort of way. Obviously, the humans, I'd be curious to see more of what the humans in this colony were trying to do. But yeah, I don't know if there's any scenario in which humans could try to control or domesticate, maybe that's not the right word, but to try to control these and harness them for scientific purposes. Like, some things just can't and shouldn't be studied. Some things will just outsmart humans as well, and probably should not be tampered with. So yeah, in spite of, you know, I really went into this one thinking it was going to be something that was more similar to the first one. I had a whole different expectation in mind. I went in, obviously, as soon as they got to the planet, I was like, all right, it's showtime. And I went in, obviously, still scared. The anticipation, they really built it and built it and built it. But then you start to just kind of feel like Ripley in a way. Like, you can only imagine that she's just like waiting. She knows what's happening. It's just a matter of when to lay eyes on one of those things again, and to obviously see frickin' plural of them. And now they've learned parkour, and still there's so much mystery about them, and they're having to put the pieces together, and like the egg laying. That's what was so interesting about the end. It was like this final big shock surprise that like this whole thing is just like a nest for this mother frickin' the mothership. You know, it's like even when they think they have a handle on it, there's still so much that they don't know, they don't understand. So that's why I'm curious in the future movies. I'll have to watch them if they try to get like an understanding of them. You know, obviously there's another movie, so clearly they come back into the picture and wreak some more havoc to the point that they gotta bring Ripley out of retirement to go and put him in their place again. So if you guys would like me to check out future iterations of this movie, let me know. But I think I really want to jump also to Prometheus. I don't know, comment down below if it's acceptable if I jump to Prometheus. Is that like a super prequel or super in the distant future? I don't know how it's related at all. Again, I had no idea that those movies were related to this franchise. Thought it was a totally different science fiction thing of its own, so that was news to me. So now I'm really curious to see how that relates to all of this. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching this with me. This one definitely held up. In terms of sequels, like I see why this is ranked just as favorably as Alien itself, which for a movie like that, as iconic and like new and just revolutionary as that first one was, for the second to hold up just as well, I feel like is not an easy feat. And I think it's because it didn't try to be the same thing. It didn't try to just be a carbon copy. They didn't look and say, oh, this first one did amazing, let's just replicate it exactly. But yeah, maybe that's the key. This was way different than what I was expecting it to be, but in like the best way. Like, I'm not disappointed that there weren't that many jump scares or that I wasn't afraid. Like, I'm glad that it explored different levels almost different variations of like what's terrifying and how much terror you can convey by withholding some things. It's like, obviously we've seen what these things can do in action, the destruction that they can enact, the mass casualties. It's kind of like they know the audience has that knowledge, and they were able to operate with that and be like, okay, now step it up, imagine it tenfold, and just let your imagination conceive what that kind of carnage could be like. Wasn't what I was expecting, and I think that's why it holds up. It wasn't trying to just copy the success of the first one. Maybe that's why it's so popular as well. Two like great back-to-back movies. I kind of want to rewatch the first one now, and I am sorry that I never actually filmed my reaction to the first one, but hindsight's 2020, sorry. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this. I know this is very different for my channel, but if you're new here, if you've never watched a video of mine and you're an Alien fan, welcome. Thank you for checking it out. I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if I should continue on with Alien 3. I think I will anyway, even if I maybe don't do my reaction to that, but let me know. I will, if by popular demand people want to see that one. Until then, thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you guys are doing so very well as always, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye guys.